guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Tori, and in today's video we are doing a moving out Q&A. I am so excited because this is like the third episode of my girly advice as if I'm your big sister series. It only comes every so often, and this is a very important one because, guys, our 6-month anniversary of moving out on our own is upon us, and I wanted to wait to do this video until we reached a year, but that's all the way in August, and I wanted to get this all out now. So I waited till we're 6 months into this relationship, you know, with my new home. But I'm so excited, and obviously I'm no expert when it comes to, well, I have moved out on my own, so I guess you could say I am an expert. But I know everyone's opinions is different. I'm the realist, so therefore this is probably the realistic advice you can give. And I'm just really excited to finally be doing this video for you guys. So buckle up, take some notes if you're planning on moving out soon, and let's just get into this video. So I think the first thing that I want to kind of preface is budgeting, and that is probably the majority of what is gonna mold your moving out journey. But before we get into budgeting, I definitely do want to say everybody's story is different. Mine was most people could just be trying to get out of bad situations, or moving out just on your first time, or moving out with a partner. Definitely, I think lean on the people around you. If you have good people around you who can help you, you don't got to spend all your money on stuff. I learned that. I was fully prepared to try to find a dining table myself, but my dad offered to help me. And my nephew said something really funny. He was like, you know, if I was moving out, if someone tried to give me some free stuff, I would take it. And that's what you're doing. Yeah, lean on people. And you can say over planning or, you know, figuring out so far in advance is too much, but I don't care. That's who I am, and it's helped me this far. So therefore, over plan and see what it does for you. So as far as actual moving out advice, we have the budgeting book. It's the burn book, you know, Mean Girls reference. But this has actually helped me a lot. I mentioned this when I first moved out. If you guys know one of my first videos, Alone After Moving Out, I did mention that. I love that book so much. I got it from the TikTok shop. It has helped me a lot because budgeting is the majority of what we're going to be talking about. It's different for everybody. Like I said, everybody's life is different. For me, I don't have my license yet, nor a car, so therefore that's a big chunk of money that I'm a little afraid. And maybe it won't be a lot. Who knows? We might get lucky in some areas. So I know that will make my spending a little differently once that comes in my life. How I do it, and this is how it works best for me, I've learned from a mentor back in the day and my uncle. The first check really is towards bills, and the second one is for play. But it can be half for bills. What I mean by that is my first check of every month, I take money out of that and I put it towards my AA account, which I will get to that in a minute. But I'm gonna break down, have my personal savings, which we're trying to build up more and more. So internet, electric, 2 credit cards, mini subscription, personal savings. Try to put like, even if it's a little bit every week or bi-weekly, it will go a long way. Because my base rent is a certain amount. Then you add on the little charges they have. And like I said, it's not due to the end of the month. So a little advice so you won't be crashing out like, oh my God, this rent is expensive. It's whooping my ass. How about you save from the very beginning, your very first check, and then it's already there. And all you gotta do is see how much it is, click submit, and you're fine. That's how I don't get stressed. So, like I said, bi-weekly pay, your first check is paying all those bills, including taking out, so my rent is like let's just say $1,000, could be $1,000, $1,050. Let's just say that as an example. So you take half of $1,050 from this first check, and then the remaining, and put it into the AA account. Now, I would strongly recommend to separate your, like, make a bank account or a savings account, but make sure you can take money out of it and use it. Separate it from your main debit card account, the account you use for everything, because I feel like it would get a lot of mumbo jumbo. Hopefully no one thinks you're committing fraud. So, like I said, I have 2 credit cards. I don't use neither one of them to pay for bills. One I use more than the other. The other one is just there, for good credit, according to my mom. And then, of course, we have the main debit card that we use, not on a day-to-day basis, but you know what I mean. And so then we have the AA account, the other debit card, and that is legitimately only used for paying rent. We do not touch that for nothing else. Seriously. And it has worked so well, because guess what? My heart's not sad when I pay the rent and it's down to 0. Why? Because we're going to add more in the next check, from the next check. So therefore, that's the premise of it. And also, that separates your main money that you use for a day-to-day basis and for other bills away from it. So your account's literally not on E. You know what I mean? And it's worked the best for me, and I'm so glad I figured all that out. I strongly recommend to please make a list, or please know what you're in need for before going grocery shopping, before you blow a whole bunch of money and then you still want to DoorDash. I'm not saying I'm not guilty of DoorDashing a lot. It's bad. I'm going to make it a goal for myself for this upcoming month not to do it at all, and really, just strictly eat from home. I only do it, sometimes, especially when you get off work and you really don't feel like cooking. That's what I used to do when I lived with my mom. Can we stop somewhere? And so that's no excuse. But groceries, I don't know why when I moved out, I thought it was going to be up to $200 every time. It could be, but really it doesn't. And this is something that a lot of people say, and I can attest to it. When you go grocery shopping on your own, when you move out, you sometimes forget stuff, and that's why you have to keep going back every few days. That's happened a few times, but also, you can say this is another little mini bill of mine. I have Walmart Plus membership, so my groceries get delivered, obviously, because as we know, I don't drive yet. So I have my groceries get delivered, and it's a $0 delivery fee. So I'm really grateful to be able to do something like that, and I'm really grateful to the drivers out there who do it, and be a friendly neighbor. Today, that's just a little tidbit, but today, like I said, don't buy stuff you're not going to need. And you realize so much when you move on your own. I had no idea how much I didn't eat eggs until I'm living on my own. So why did I buy a 12 count? I don't know. I'm just going to stick to my 6 counts, That's all I need. But I gave the 12 count that I didn't use to my neighbor, and she was so appreciative of it. And so just be a nice neighbor and don't be nosy, because crazy people out here. Oh, that's something. Before we go, so you can still do the things you love to do. You can still go on your trips. You can still do shopping days. You guys know me. I love my solo dates. We do have to cut back on those sometimes, because we don't need 4 solo dates in the span of a month, or else that's where it comes into play when it comes to saving. But, you always gotta learn to spoil yourself, especially when you don't have a man. But that's okay. And I'm happy that I still get to do that, even if I don't drive yet, and even still be on my own. But we know when to do it and when not to do it. But I'm grateful that I can do that. I'll admit, we, got to think about renewing in the summer. Do we renew? Or do we make a plan and go back out on our own? I don't know, but we might renew. We're probably going to, honestly. We just got to make sure we stay consistent with the checks and the money. The job is good. And obviously getting the license will be a big thing that is taken into question when it comes to renewing. But we're happy over here. Happier than ever. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a lot of talking, but I hope you guys got some advice out of it. And I love you guys, and shout out to those who are going to be adulting and moving out on their own anytime soon. But I love you guys. Bye.